Hey, long time no video, and I guess these are just life update videos now. Oop, point 0.6. I flipped on this wall. Enjoy. Enjoy. This bell song I got from Amazon. It glows in the dark too. Super cool, super nice. Where I'm at right now is New York, Queens, Flushing area, and life at the moment is pretty okay. Right now, I'm keeping healthy and keeping mind of the things I eat. Trying not to think about too many life stressors at the moment. And just focusing on my controllables and the things I can do at the moment. I've been making a lot of art. I've also been making a lot of content for other aspects in my life. So look at this cool mask that I did. Wow. Ta-da. Super nice, super cool. Hit him right between the eyes. There's also other stuff, like some art pieces. Would you like to go through them with me together? Let us delve. This art piece is exploring a snake. Oh, look at my bare feet. The bear. Feet for hands. Look at that. Look at that art piece. The snake with the rabbit representing good fortune. And gravitational pull, I guess. It's super nice, super fun. We'll work on that more as time goes through. Also, this money piece, $5, 5G, 5B. Look at the detail on that 5. Wow. Also, work in progress. Soon to accomplish later on. I'm taking my time with it. So even though that my brain already knows what it wants to look like on the end piece, it feels like it's always changing because of the way my body chooses to translate its meaning. So it's not always one-to-one, wherein my brain thinks of doing one thing, but my body translates it into paper a different way. So I may be using a different color inside my head, but with the means and method I have now, I only have the select and chosen few. Usually by this time I would be enjoying my coffee, which is right here. Sip, sip, sip. Tinanong ako ng kaibigan ko, my friend asked me, bakit mo ginagawang sabaw yung kape? Ako naman, bakit? Ganun ko ni-enjoy. That's how I enjoy coffee. I sip it like some fine tea. And for some people, their cup of coffee is defined by something else. Maybe their cup of coffee is a nice newspaper article, or maybe their cup of coffee is a nice morning walk. It's different for each and every one. And like now with myself, my story is also different, right? A young boy found love, went on an adventure and a journey into the unknown, not knowing that his life would serve as a backbone structure to a bigger, unfathomable thing that he chooses not to discover or rediscover or unfold. Right? Supercuts. Now, this human body of mine has hobbies it enjoys. Would you like to delve into the unknown with me? With a certain page out of randomness. Pah! Would you be my favorite flavor? A gentle reminder of a terrible dream. Don't let go of a good feeling, guy. I want to experience the normal of how normal is supposed to be. Nice. Yes, sirree, ma'am, madam. You give me butterflies and it feels amazing. So these words that are expressed in certain periods of time that strike me, and that strike me enough that they make their way through this dimension on paper, wherein it's just written, and no, it's just verbally or vocally expressed. And I find myself saying, hey, what you just said resonates with me so much that I think I let my body say the way it's expressing it. And I guess my art says a lot about fortune, direction, directive, ripples, resonance. What else? Basically, what I do in creating art, I do it so that it sparks something. Oh, look at this one. This one is a nice painting. This one is a published piece. The real painting of this one is in Washington, Seattle, and this one is a 1 foot by 1 foot replica, grade A, and will soon to be processed in the future. Not right now, and that is my alarm for my medicine. So, as someone looking over their health, there is also my mental stability I have to look over. And understanding something like this, choosing to partake and involve in a much bigger process of my body that can't seem to understand because it's neurological. wherein chemicals affecting the neuron waves and behavior of my brain and how it carries my body. Maybe there's a deeper understanding in it that I don't know or I have yet to understand. But as of right now, my family loves me enough to tell me I need it. And then I just trust their words. Now song flipping. Like, I don't get it. We have this superpower of easily making things into reality. And then we choose to cook. We choose to cook. We choose to let things bask in the process. And that's where the idle mundane comes into play. So I choose my partner to be in holding with me in this mundane process of every day. Na siya yung nasa isip ko. Siya yung kasama ko sa pagdurusa ng buhay. And then, why is language coming into play? Because of understanding. And it's not just in the manner of speaking, it's also in the manner of delivery. So hey, I can choose to call you like that. And I can also choose to call you like Hoy. Because you're my favorite cookie. And then there's only specific ways that I address people meant for them that holds great meaning for me. Mr. Baktol Jebert, Mr. Mad Villain, Mr. Diggory, I've been also called a lot of names, but keeping which ones is hard to come by to see what sticks. Whoa. Because in life, we tend to take on so many masks and personas that we sometimes forget who you are, who the person we've built is, who we aim to be. The person that you are wanting to become, you want to shape, not just who you are in your day to day, saying, "Yep, this is the way I am. This is me." No, that's a decision to stay or to grow. The decision to keep being who you are, or the decision to keep going forward and staying on track. growing as a person. Sometimes it's all we want to do. And in fact, I'm a good example of the extremist of what lengths would one person actually take in order to gamble and risk the wages. Right? Whether it's through my own means or an easily acquired method through. Now, how do we partake or get involved when I'm so focused on myself? I let other people know. I let them take part in it. I let them have their say, seeing how my actions resonate with other people, the community around me, my environment. I'm not just growing individually, but also as a whole, as being part of this world that I'm physically attached to, which I have no means of controlling whether I am existing here or not. Parasitic, symbiotic, mutual. This morning coffee is filled with swords, which normally it's usually filled with cups of emotion. Now it's a little different. I really like this thing. Non-destructive. Visual cue of someone playing with cheese. Welcome to Disney. Now the understanding of where my brain is at right now, concluding that it is comprehending. It's comprehending certain temporal aspects of understanding. And also, new generational neurological network. Cyber lock only happens when triggers. Whoa. When triggers are properly set, levels of security and levels of safety. For how much amount is needed to suffice a certain demand? Would you give an overflowing amount, knowing a risk? Of overburdening the threshold? I guess that's where decision making comes into play. There are things that you should control your mouth on. For the things you know and things you say are irreparable in terms of damage due to the forward movement of time there is no Control Z. There is no Control Alt Delete for information relayed this way, one-sided. No backward stance or resistance, depending on training, depending on mood, setting, objective. Easy clip, but jittery in terms of combo though. Freedom of how someone consumes their time and what they choose to spend their time on. Because in terms of what I feel, I can also direct that towards something, whether it's anger, remorse, joy, bliss, positive emotions, negative emotions. They are all arrows. They can be, and they are, but not all understand that their actions, body language, minuscule amounts of messaging and what I do. I do want to end this video on a good note. And cheers to the future. What we'll call ours. What we have yet to attain. What is yet to be given by the drive we have, fueled by greed and envy. Something sinful making us human, attaching us to this materialistic plane of dirty dancing in the dark, of poetic justice, of literary expression.